Welcome to Shomach Shova on the Daf. She responds to Lui Nishmas Aram B'Yakov Shalom Leah Basitzchok. We're holding in Sanhedrin Daf Samech Dalet. The Gemara in Amud Aleph brings a story that we saw also in Maseches Yumo. The fact that the Sanhedrin came and took away the Yetzer Harah of the Zorah, and then they were attempting to take away the Yetzer Harah of Arayos, but they saw the Yetzer Harah of Arayos is needed for the Kiyum Olam. They couldn't find an egg when the Yetzer Harah of Arayos was not functioning. Rabbi Tzadok HaKohen, in a few places in his Sfarim, he brings our Gemara and he explains that the difference between Yetzer Harah of the Zorah and Yetzer Harah of Arayos is the Yetzer Harah of the Zorah is kulo yira. It's a bad Yetzer Harah. It's a Yetzer Harah tries to attempt to persuade someone to do something which is bad. And the only milo peep shot that you have with Yetzer Harah of the Zorah is the Kibbul Yisachar. It should be a challenge. But there's no mila to use the actual Yetzer Harah. But Yetzer Harah the Arayos, Zok Reb Tzadok HaKohen, that we see from our Gemara, Yetzer Harah the Arayos is needed for Kiyum Olam, and it's needed for the world to continue to exist. And Reb Tzadok mentions the Zoyar, the Medrash Hanelam, and told us Daf Kufla and Ches Amud Aleph. And this is something that my Rebbe Moshe Shapir mentioned this year many times. The Chazal tells in Sefer HaZoyar, the Yetzer Harah of Arayos, you need kimitra lo'olam, you need like rain for the world. And ilmali Yetzer Harah, if you don't have the Yetzer Harah of Arayos, chedvasa d'shmaitza lo'ili have it. You won't have the gishmakite in learning. You can learn and understand things and know it, but the gishmakite in learning, the hana, the joy, the excitement that you have in learning, that comes to the Yetzer Harah of Arayos, and that's why the Yetzer Harah will be needed to be there, even lost in lovely, even when we come to the time of Olam Haba. Meaning the Yetzer Harah of Arayos, if it's used correctly, so then it gives Kiyum Olam, a pipshat, you have eggs, you have Kiyum, you have life in the world, and it gives a person the passion and koyach to connect the Torah. Connect the ear with the Rambam writes in the end of Isuri Bio, the Rambam says that a person should be careful not to do Isuri Bio. And he said a person should connect himself for Torah. Why? Shein machsheves Arayos misgaberes ela belev panui min hachachma. When the heart is filled and not connected to Chachma, so then one goes to Arayos. Uba Chachma uoimer ayeles haovim v'yalas chen. With the Torah, you can connect like one connects to a woman. That connection, says the Rambam, is shayach by Torah. If a person uses the Yetzer Harah of Arayos for the right way, he's going to connect to Torah. He's going to be full of shaychus and avo to the Torah. The Yetzer Harah of Arayos can be turned around and be used for kulei toiv. And we learn in Masechet Bava Basra, Nagatas of Rabbi Bachano, what the Vilna Gaon writes there in the third Maimer of Rabbi Bachano, that the koyach of taiva, of running after, of the desire, that's something that comes only from the Yetzer Harah. And says the Vilna Gaon, that's if a person learns lishma only, so he's missing that desire, that enthusiasm that comes when you have a little Yetzer Harah. That's what Yetzer Harah does, and if you use it in the right way, it can connect one to Torah in a much higher level. Now, Leil, the Gemara brought, and the Samach Gimel Beis Gemara said that Am Yisrael knew that the Zorah ain't bo mamish. The only reason they did that with the Zorah is to be matir Arayos. And just as a side point, the Sefer Mayim Adirim of Menachem Mendel Mishiklov, the Talmud of Vilna Gaon, Rav Reuven Margolius mentions over here in the Sefer, he brings there that he heard from the Vilna Gaon, Kabbalah be'adeinu min hagoinim ishu pi'ish ad Moshe Rabbeinu, that every avodah zarah has tvar erva that happen with it. Now he speaks of Kabbalah, where the zarah and erva come together, but this is really the Gemara. The Am Yisrael did not do the zarah only to get to the var erva. So Reb Tzadok explains this based on what we just learned. And just add over here, the Maharal says in this daf and Daf Samech Dalet, later the Gemara brings the Am Yisrael connected the Baal Peor Ketzamit Patil and connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu B'dveikus. So the Gemara brings in the name of the Braiso that connected the Baal Peor wasn't a full connection. It was like a tzamid al deish, it was like a bracelet on the hand of a woman. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Dveikus Mamish. Says the Maharal The Am Yisrael, they're the Shoyrish Metzias in the world. The whole world was created for Am Yisrael. Avodah Zarah is Davar She'ein Bo Mamish. It's not a real thing. It's not a real Metzias in the world. So Am Yisrael can't really connect Avodah Zarah. They're the real Metzias. Avodah Zarah is not. The only thing they can connect to is what's really a real Metzias in the world, which is Gilui HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what the Gemara means, that Am Yisrael can connect only to Hashem and not a real connection to Avodah Zarah. So Rav Tzaddik, when the Gemara tells us that Am Yisrael did Avodah Zarah only to get the Arayos, this shows the mile of Am Yisrael. Avodah Zarah, the Yetzer Avodah Zarah is Ra. Am Yisrael doesn't have shaykhus to this Yetzer Harah. Like the Maral says, it's something beyond. They're much more real. They don't have connection to Avodah Zarah. The only reason they got Avodah Zarah is because they have Yetzer of Arayos. That they do have, because Yetzer of Arayos has good in it. Just they misuse it for something bad. Through Yetzer of Arayos, they come to the Yetzer of Avodah Zarah. This shows the great mile of Am Yisrael, that the real Yetzer Harah they have is only Yetzer of Arayos, which can be turned to be good. That's the one Yetzer Harah that Am Yisrael has connection to, and Imele, it's a real mile of Am Yisrael. That's what Tzaddik explains the Gemara Le'el. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email list to WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.